Alright, so I'm just rotating these fingers into their position at 18 right now. Okay. Let's see if that looks better. Alright, we're going to need a few more frames here. I'm just going to up it to 40. I'm going to select all and start spacing these out a bit. Let's give a little bit more time for the beginning part. So go ahead and lower that to 38 or whatever you used up, if you didn't do the same thing I did. And now let's see. When the gun jumps back forwards, it really doesn't look to me like it's doing it very well. So I'm going to slide it even more forwards, a little bit up. I'm going to rotate it down. Alright, that's not perfect, but I think I'm just going to go with it. So save, max script, run script, CAD animation exporter compact, export animation, put your animations. Now this one's going to be first dash person space ready. And that's JMA format. Okay, turn off auto key. So that's our ready animation. The next animation we're going to do is, let's see, we've got firing, moving. Alright, let's go ahead and do the idle animation real quick. That shouldn't take too long. So, select everything and delete everything but your last frame. Now set a key at the beginning for everything. And you should still have the frame at the end, but just make sure. Now, for the idle animation, I'm just going to use 40 frames. You really don't need a whole lot of effort in this animation, unless you just want to put a lot into it, but at about 18, I'm going to move the gun up. In fact, let's see, I'm going to move the shoulders as well. Then let go of the shoulders and move the gun a little higher. Oh, whoops. Make sure you turn on auto key before you change anything like this. Okay, now up. I go to about 22 and add your rotation. You can add more rotation wherever you want. probably one of the slowest animations you'll be doing. You want very little movement for the most part. And you want it to be moving slowly. I'm just going to delete that last frame that I had made. Okay, I've got way too much rotation to the left there. And I think I want this to be moving about half as fast, so I'm going to up the number of frames to 80. Select all, and I'm going to move these to about there and there. Their first person idle is also at 80, so that's probably more normal anyway. Alright, I think that looks good. So, save as, I should have done this earlier, but first dash person space idle. Run script, animation exporter, export animation, back to your folder. Now, this should be called first dash person space idle, and also save it as a JMA. Okay. And there's our idle animation. So, let's see. The put away animation isn't used, so there's no point in making one. As far as I know, there's no way to use it either. So, I guess let's do a reload. There's actually, I'm not sure why this says reload full and reload full too. What you actually need is reload dash full and reload dash empty. Full is for when you still have rounds in your magazine, and empty is for obviously when your magazine is empty. The difference there should be that, let's say this is first person, reload, let's do full first. So the difference is that if you still have rounds in your chamber, in your magazine, then you still have a round in the chamber. And so you don't need to chamber in your round or cock the gun. So turn on auto key. This is going to be a pretty long animation generally. So go ahead and go to, I'm just going to go to 15 for now. We can move it around however we need to later, as always. Since this is your reload full, it should be pretty quick and simple compared to your other reload anyway. So I'm going to move the hand down so that it can grip the magazine. Let's see. I'm just going to sort of line up the palm of the hand where I want it. I'll worry about the fingers here in a minute. Oh, whoops, that should be camera. There we go. Okay, now go ahead and pose the fingers however you want them to grip the magazine. there's all kinds of ways you can do the reload. With some weapons, people like to just, if you had modeled the mag release, then you could just have him reach over. Well, I guess we did model the mag release, but you could just reach over and hit the mag release and just let the magazine drop out, or you can actually pull it out. You just decide what looks best for your weapon. Alright, now as for the thumb, I am going to leave the thumb sort of up here. Let's see. Okay, now also for this frame you're going to want to add some kind of little bit of movement here. I'd recommend sort of moving the gun to a position where you can see it from your camera view a little bit better. Okay, now go to somewhere in between the two frames, the beginning frame and the frame you just created. Doesn't really matter where at this point. And move the hand away, the left hand away from the gun a bit. Rotate it out. And you're going to want to open up the fingers quite a bit here. Okay, so now you should grab the mag like that. Of course, I really should not have added rotation and translation on the same frame, but I did. Oh crap. Okay, there we go. Interesting. Okay, so like I said, I shouldn't have added display or translation and rotation on the same frame, but I did, so we'll just work around that.